sometimes I make videos and I don't release them for a couple days. So we all know Trump, I think a week or two ago, was talking about he'll just ban the LGBT flag, and then he was thinking about taking away guns from trans people. And I'm out here driving, just at 34. For some reason, it hit me. What is a transgender? I mean, legally, what is a transgender? Does he mean people who have had SRS, had the surgery, the SNP? Does he mean people who are planning on doing that? Does he mean people who wear dresses on the weekend and drag shows? Does he mean, like, what is it? I'm just trying to figure out what legal, like, I understand, like, okay, they said you can't have a gun license and have a weed license or a weed card, whatever you call it. Like, I get that part because there's a database. You could easily go back and look at it. I get that's different. But how would you nationally do that? What about intersex people? You know, have the right to bear arms? How would you legally, and I know a lot of what Trump says and does doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry. I've seen that last little minute now. I know it doesn't mean anything. It's just like when Trump was talking about when they went to Portland and with people black bagging and putting them in the black vans. Case didn't go nowhere. And then when they went to LA, what was it, a couple months ago, in LA they were beating everybody up. A bunch of border patrols got their ass whooped. Those cases didn't go nowhere. Those assault on the federal, those cases didn't go nowhere. So I know so much of what Trump says is just bullshit and shitty and bigoted, and it doesn't, it don't mean he's just talking a bunch of dumb, ignorant white men who just think if you're not straight, then you run around with no clothes on and stuff. That's what I get it. But like I said, how could you enforce that? What is a trans? What does that even mean? How would you? And then what get me is, for so long, these crackers have been screaming about, you know, the rights should not be infringed and all. Oh, for straight white men that are conservative, not for other Americans. So what you're saying, what you meant is all this time, white men, is that you are fighting for rights for people that look like you, not for everybody else. Got it. Gotcha. It took me a little while, I finally figured it out. So you never cared about the Second Amendment as in making America free and safe for all. You meant it for people who look like you, worship where you worship, and live in places like you. Right? That's what that meant, not for everybody else. Well, the crackers ain't shit. All this time, you've given us all this bullshit about we just did this and followed the law. You don't care about no damn law, and you never did. And we know that now. You know, and also, if they go after the rights of trans people, I mean, like, I guess it's hard for me to understand who can live a small-minded way of living. What if your kid is that? You know what I mean? So they don't have it right now. So much of Trumpism is just irrepressible idiocy, and it's just. I say it all the time that right-wing ideology, it don't gotta make sense. And a lot of times it doesn't, and this is just one of those times where, taken in its totality, this. I don't even want to say this rhetoric. I want to say like it's like when Trump was talking about bringing back Alcatraz, an island they shut down when my mama was in like elementary school. My mama was probably in elementary or preschool when did that. And you want to, I mean, that was like over 50 years ago, and you want to bring that island back. And that was saving money, white people. I mean, just so much of with Trump's policy, it isn't even just racist and bigoted and all that. It's just his ideology is just like he goes in a time machine and asks some guy in the 50s, what should he do? I mean, that's how I see it. It's just so much illogical rhetoric and illogical thinking. It just doesn't stand up to He doesn't stand up to anything. He doesn't stand up to the light of day, what I want to say, but not even the light of day. It just, I mean, we're talking about what will it look like when he's gone, how people see America. It's like, this is a dumb country. No. Like, this is a dumb country we're living in. And I hope the world never trusts these white people again. I'll say to everywhere I go, I hope you never trust us again. White people wanted this.